Today I'm joined with Thomas and Penny Power. They both founded the UK's first social network for business Ecademy 13 years ago, and Penny's the driving force behind the Digital Business Britain Manifesto. Today I get the pleasure of asking them a few questions. So a business gets involved in social media. Where do you recommend they look, or who do you recommend they speak to, or who should they follow, or what should they read in order to stay ahead of the curve and make sure that they are continually getting it right?
So I would personally pick the people that you most admire in your industry, whatever the industry might be. Look at their profiles on all the platforms, see what they're tweeting, blogging, writing, but look at the lists of who they're following, and then follow those groups and pick out 2 or 3 people that you really admire. For me, it's Lewis Gray and Robert Scoble. Those are my 2 favourite guys in the world. For you, it might be somebody in the media industry or the advertising industry. For Penny, it might be somebody in government. And just keep a dialogue on just 1 or 2 people who are the best of that niche, whatever your chosen niche is. And then make a decision how much time you're going to give to noticing and sharing of that data. What would you add?
No, I think that's very good. I think a lot of people start by thinking, who can I get to follow me? And it's all about me, and they're trying to bring everything towards them. But I think when you start, you should actually be thinking about who can inspire me, and learn from them and share their knowledge, and obviously set up your blog. That's very important to have your blog and have that being shared. But the lists I think are fantastic. Now Thomas does it differently to me. Thomas has got nearly 60,000 followers because he, to me, runs a newspaper online.
Yeah.
He's got, he posts on current affairs, on technology, on fashion, everything. Whereas I tend to be a columnist. So my followers are nearly 7,000 compared to his 60,000 because I'm not as broad. And I think you have to decide.
Are you an editor or journalist?
Are you an editor or a journalist? And for me, I'm most comfortable being a journalist.
So you've both got very high clout scores and peer index, and that's because you engage a lot and you use all of the different networks. But what kind of time-hungry small business owner, how can they achieve a similar clout score and reputation influence online as yourselves when they don't have as much time?
Well, they either need a social media apprentice in line with the manifesto, or they've got to choose to allocate some time to it, or ignore it. The last option is...
it doesn't take a huge amount actually. A lot of it is mystery. I remember Thomas saying, who is it that said, where there's mystery, there's margin?
Yeah, where there's mystery, there's margin.
Sugar. And sugar. And at the moment, there's a lot of mystery surrounding it, but when we've got this digital coaching school, and when we're teaching the coaches how to help their clients, if you just get people blogging and set up a WordPress blog, connect it to Twitter, get active inside a community like Ecademy, and I'm talking about a community, not a network, and do some videos. So if you what do you say? You say tweet daily, blog weekly, video monthly.
Yeah.
If you do that, and you're also sharing on Twitter, you're not just broadcasting, and you're not using, one thing my pet hate is automated tweets. You can always tell, and to me, when I'm online in Twitter, I feel like I've just gone into the pub, and if I see somebody with an automatic tweet, which is obviously not engaging, I just think, well, they're not present, I'm not interested in them. I don't want to reply to nothing. But so if there's some habits they need to set up, and they will see. I mean, we've seen people go from a clout score of 10 out of 100 to 50 within 2 weeks of 2 to 4 weeks, depending on when, because clout remeasure, every so often. They don't do it instantly. You can get your clout score up quite well just by blogging relevant information that's inspiring people, and then other people share that knowledge.